not well, as a little bit of my watching how I speak, use words, choose words. Good God. So this thing is ruining my mental illness. And in Dubai, I don't trust. I want to leave Dubai. Maybe go to Abu Dhabi. So here also they've started, uh, and who is behind this? Seems like a psycho who enjoys like putting people, making people crazy and harming them. Even the UAE president can't do anything. So okay, being clement with against Sharif Khan or Anurag, same or someone else behind this in Dubai. So they're so powerful that even the UAE president can't do anything. And Amjad Taha said that our leadership with all countries, so for humanity, for not welfare, and it's so good, like not to ruin this. Um, see, UAE president working hard, right? And he has his father tolerance and all this. I don't know why the Indian or Pakistani. Okay, I can understand why Muslims would be after me, but now the thing is that after my president, UAE president, he okay, he's going to be clement and um, all this, right? Although, like you see, but I feel like someone has done something here. Amjad Taha has been posting. Uh, I got scared that people's minds would outweigh the balance with the reason. Right? So he's posting on his Highness, God, uh, Salamat and Qigong, खुदा मेरे हमारे यूएई के प्रेसिडेंट को यूएई इमारात ये बहुत अच्छे हैं और इनकी मदर और मुझे तो like very good, right? They're doing great. और अमजद ताहा ने अभी पोस्ट अभी मुझे क्या हमेशा यूएई प्रेसिडेंट यू नो ऑन मुझे मिलता है on my homepage X platform. There was another one very good that our leadership मीरा जाहिद है पता नहीं कौन शेखा है उनके Amjad Taha's I can't go to my X platform on this. So अभी एक हादसा थोड़ा सा कॉन्फ्लिक्ट सऊदी और यूएई के बीच में मेरी तबीयत ये भी ख़राब कर दिया. Of course, disturbance. I felt UAE president accepts U.S. invitation to Board of Peace. Afra Al Hameli. So I'm following Amjad Taha. There was another one. No, sorry, it was by. It was sorry. It's UAE gang. It's a new UAE gang. Yes, I found it. Oof, our leadership translation. I have to go inside to translate. The people's home is his home, and his chest has raised him high. There is no barrier between us and him to stand in the way. May God not deprive his children of his smiling face. He laughs, and all the worries of his people vanish. This is on the Sheikh His our President Al Raisi Saeed has posted beautiful, but I don't know whether, word by word, Arabic translation, how accurate it is, and this Sheikh Saif His Highness. So you see, we're good with everyone. Our UAE, and there was another post very like leadership, our leadership. I can't find it now. There's someone who's really, they've got inside again, inside of violation of my privacy. Oh God, it's supposed here with the launch of the Year of Family in the UAE, we reaffirm our steadfast commitment to strengthening family bonds and shared values while advancing social cohesion as a source of national growth, working in partnership with families and the broader community. The UAE is determined to continue investing in efforts to achieve lasting. Oh God, oh God, pressing on my chest. So I don't know what this is. Who's going to help me here? Khalifa. To anyone coming to the UAE with bad intentions, our laws are strong, our justice is swift, and our community is united in protecting the peace. Respect the UAE's values and don't disturb the peace, or else you will find out. We welcome harmony, not trouble. Watch closely and listen. The UAE's message to the world. Amjad Taha, this was Khalifa, right? And Amjad Taha. So I, f- I feel like my peace, I'm disturbed here. Watch closely and listen. The UAE's message to the world is clear. This is why the Muslim Brotherhood, known for orchestrating terrorist attacks, plan to target the UAE. MB, uh, Muslim Brotherhood, is the very group that birthed Al Qaeda in Afghanistan, Hamas in Gaza, ISIS in Syria and Yemen. Amjad Taha, Fakhre Alam, SINSE. It is hot in UAE now, but our honest, hard-working overseas Pakistanis, after losing their jobs, are not sleeping on the streets, and that too close to our very own Pakistan consulate. Please see video below. I will share many, many more videos that will break your heart. Help needed. What is so? This was when Fakhre Alam. Sorry to hear that. Really, this is outside. Where in the UAE is this? It is hot in UAE. This was 15 June. Oh, this is terrible. Help needed. Appeal to His Highness. Where to? 15 June 2020. Okay, 2020. Okay, what is the latest? Pakistan, I proudly shared this moment in our history. So it was on my homepage. Uh, Okay, Fakhre Alam. Hope this was 2020. Hope help had come for the Pakistanis overseas in the UAE. I will share many, many more videos that will break your heart. Who is Fakhre Alam? Air Force or Pakistan? God knows what's going on. On one hand, UAE, humanitarian, just checking the Mansour, His Highness Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed offers condolences on passing of Ali Salem Al Baid, Baid, WAM English News. God, who could be doing this here? Okay, I'm just Jossam Al Junaid. Jossam, the one I found on Goldie Khamaris, in the face of Saudi media's vulgar tirades and betrayal, the UAE stands silently in a way that infuriates them. It's not weakness, but rather country that is too refined to dirty itself in the filth. Uh, the UAE does not possess the vulgarity of their media and their statements to respond in kind, nor does it know how to stab its neighbor in the back. It's why silence hurts them more than any reply ever could, because it reveals just how small and petty their noise is compared to the UAE's achievements. This is Jassim Al Junaid. I did not subscribe to him. I thought I had. Followed by Zara K, Amjad and Kanta. Isn't he the one? What's this? I have to be my VIP. Okay. Oh, following, not subscribed. Okay, I'm following him, but I haven't subscribed to him. I have to pay something to subscribe here on. Sorry, I can't do that. I'm in my own problem. I have followed him. Oh, now they have to subscribe and you have to pay. Okay, that's like become a member like on YouTube. I don't use X platform. Oh God, what is this going on between Saudi Arabia and UAE? I hope these two brother countries come together in peace, harmony. I really feel so sad, really sad. So, what is this going on? I just wanted to help, and it seems that someone is very powerful in the UAE. Sorry to put it this way. And I just cannot take it. It's coming out. So, the UAE president can have clemency, right? Whoever said the death threats and all to him and the Dubai king. Uh, so, calling, my God, this Sharif guy, he doesn't even know how to spell Sheikh Rashid's name. Okay, so he's called Dubai Sheikh, the king. Okay, that's good. But he wants to kill the... Oh, no, he calls Dubai Sheikh also a Munafiq and the... Oh, yes, and he wants to kill Dubai Sheikh too, the king of Dubai. Uh, king. So at least he knows that, and Sharif Khan knows that Dubai Sheikh is a king of Dubai. Okay. Yes, of course, we take him as the king of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. So, but the thing is that there's some things. There's an image here. Well, King of Dubai. Uh, there are some murder cases here, some human rights violations. Princess Latifa. If so, that um, hope to see this king, the Dubai king, very compassionate, merciful. But it was very shocking for me to see. So otherwise, would have been so happy when he gives generously when recently on Gaza for the Gazan, Palestinians. Amazing work, amazing, generously sending food, uh, provisions. So, but so, of course, this as a human rights social activist, I still don't agree to what is this in Dubai. Like, why did my Sheikh, Dubai Sheikh, do this to his daughter, Princess Latifa? This I totally condemn. And there are other certain things happening in Dubai that are objectionable. If these videos and what I feel here also, like if these are about murder and or the model, some Dubai Sheikh, I don't know, on YouTube. What? So this I totally condemn. So just because someone's rich Arabs, rich Sheikh, doesn't mean you are above the law. And no, I will never uh, accept this. Even in myself, I've tried to get this thing, being a tyrant at home, being like Hitler against my siblings, very strict. I condemn that. I don't approve of it. Some of it, the conservative and in my religion. Although my mother gave me lots of freedom, my father gave me lots of freedom. Uh, Having one sister, what I did to her, I condemn that act of being so strict and whatever I did. So partially, yeah, blame the religion also. or religion. But upbringing, I can't blame my parents. They were very lenient with me. I should have been the way I am with myself and the way my parents were with me, with my sister also. Uh, and so I condemned that in myself and wanted to improve myself and become a better person, come out of this, you know, that I can't see my sister or wearing sleeveless, but I have worn shorts most of my life in the American school and being there from and in London. So many things like this I cannot. And so this person, okay, now the Sharif Khan or whoever he is, or a Hindu, ex-Hindu using Indian, using a Muslim, this I don't know. So sorry, Indians, it doesn't happen, but you know, the reasons given by Anurag Mishra that they're spoiling our culture doesn't mean that you become violent against them. This is totally against human rights. You cannot harm people just because they're spoiling your culture. अरे मुंह का जवाब मुंह से दो लाठियों से और मारदार वायलेंस विद वायलेंस ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए and your civilization what do you mean is the oldest why bring this up it but it the oldest it so someone तो वो मुसलमान भी ऐसे ही कह सकते हैं ना कि whether oldest or what it is a true thing religion and so the Muslims can say this so you uh, ये क्या like I don't understand the logic in this bringing up that India is the oldest civilization and the Christians in India are ruining our culture. So that's why you don't know the whole story. You don't know the whole. You don't know the truth. So it means that if we say that this culture is wrong, right? Whether oldest or what, if something is wrong, you want to go back to your old culture, you go back to your old culture. Who's stopping you, right? Why are the Christians stopping you? And if they're stopping you, how far can they stop you? Even the Mughals couldn't stop you. They tried, but you won, right? Even the empire, British colonial times, Britain could not. So they use force. Okay, if the Christians are using force on you, then use force. Also, bringing saying that it is our oldest culture and we're being violent because they're trying to destroy a culture. We're actually being violent against them. We're trying to hurt them. So you're with the Muslims then, radical Muslims, right? Because they believe that the Munafiq hypocrites, Muslims, are destroying the true Islam. So we need to kill them or we need to become violent with them. What kind of logic? And telling me, are you crazy? Like, what did I say that would? Oh, because I suspected through evidence here uh, somewhat that you are Sharif Khan. Are you crazy? So coming to my mental illness all the time, right? Attacking my mental illness. So whether old, you say your culture is old, that means use violence? Which human rights will allow you to, when can you use violence? So please, United Nations, using violence because the Christians are destroying use of violence because Christians which are destroying our. So let's say I'm destroying Islam, right? Islam is destroyed. So you're with the radical Muslims and you're with every Muslim saying yes, use violence against them, these ex-Muslims, right? Because this is you're destroying the fabric of our Islam in a Muslim country, right? By doing this. So stop it. Otherwise, so you would be with with the Muslims who say, kill the apostates or punish them or put them in jail and even fine them. You will be with the UAE on this blasphemers, right? We are the blasphemers, moreover, apostates and blasphemers. Huh? Destroying a fabric like a Pakistani in Sharjah when Amina Sardar was using YouTube. She was on YouTube. He said, "Why are you ex-Muslims? You know what you are doing? You're destroying." From Sharjah, he was talking a Muslim. You are destroying the very fabric of Islam. So you mean to say that Anurag Mishra, that using violence against us is right? The question of whether Christianity has destroyed cultures and if this justifies violence is a subject of significant historical debate, complex theological interpretation, and intense modern discussion. Historical context of Christianity and cultural change. Then Christians can say that you Hindus, your idols are uh, devils and you can use them to do black magic on others. This is very harmful. We need to use, if you don't stop worshipping such devils, come on, using violence. If someone is using violence against you, if someone is trying to give you a new culture, change your culture, get in the modern civilization, come to the modern civilization, and there's no what culture, civilization? Are the Christians changing in Manipur? Using violence because they're destroying our cultures. It cannot be justified. No way can it be justified. The Muslims can say they're destroying our true Islam. Radical, this is what the radical Muslims say, that these hypocrites these Muslim hypocrites, they're hypocrites. These modern liberal Muslims are hypocrites. They're destroying the very core teachings and are munafiqs, hypocrites. They're destroying the true Islam, the true teachings of Islam. We should use violence. We should kill them. We should punish them. In such circumstances, no. The others say that Islam is about peace. One should, Allah on one hand says there's no compulsion in religion, meaning one should not use violence, one should not use threats, one should not force anyone to become Muslim, believer. So this is what all the peaceful Muslims use when they say Islam is peaceful. This is the ayat they use. There is no compulsion in religion. Surah Baqarah, ayat 256, is it? So this is what they take pride in. 256, the peaceful Muslims. We are not destroying, we're saying if one culture, let the Christian culture practice their culture. Maybe they're saying that. And you're killing them by saying they're practicing Christianity, destroying by just practicing Christianity, you're like the radical Muslim believers. And even some who say, and but use, who say they're moderate Muslims, but use uh, punishments for ex-Muslims and those who are talking against this. Islam exposing the false, that Islam is false. Shia or Sunni or Salafi, Islam is false. This is not justifiable. Using violence in this way is not justifiable. Even if Muslims, moderate Muslims, who Shia Muslims say that we want to save our children, if they leave Islam, then we will punish them. We'll kill by killing a boy, a son, a male for leaving Islam. How can it save them? You're supposed to sit, talk to them, have dialogues until see if you can. You're supposed to sit and dialogue, not debate. Have dialogue with your son. Have dialogue with those family members that have left Islam. Not by strict being harsh with them and stern. This is no way justifiable in any modern civilization. And if an old civilization did this, then it should be rejected and not practiced. So, there's no compulsion in religion. Surah Baqarah 256, right? Moderate Muslims. So the truth stands out clear from falsehood. So you say you see the truth and we don't see the truth. But, anyways, violence in any way is not justifiable. Even if you have to save your daughter, like imminent threat of, like, let's say, or your family member for from hellfire, violence is not justifiable. And killing someone, then how can you reform them? So have dialogues with them, sit with them, and talk to them rather than give them death threats. Okay, radical Muslim, you think that I can have a dialogue with you as a, but have a dialogue. So I can act as a moderate, liberal Muslim and have a dialogue with you. Come and have a dialogue. I wanted to, uh, you know, help the moderate Muslims against radical Muslims, but I couldn't find any verse that could, maybe like the way the moderate Muslims give their reasons can give, but I couldn't. I just couldn't. I could use Ismaili Islam or just look at King Jordan. I mean, but I can't use the Quran ayahs because according to the Quran ayahs, on one hand, God is contradicting himself. Then why would he use force or anything? And then these people, before obliterating their faces, and they're anyways going to hell. So you're not reforming them, Surah 4, ayat 47. You're not reforming. So what are you saving them from? You, some Muslims, like Salahuddin said, Allah is saving them from what? So they will not go in the fire of hell by obliterating their faces? When Allah can just say die and they'll all be dead. This is the punishment they get. Such a severe obliterating the faces and turning them. This is physical way threat. Like Allah said in Surah, uh, He said, die. He said, die to those who ran away, who were running away or ran away from the battlefield, from war. Battlefield or war, what is it? Quran ayat, where is it now? Sometimes I don't get it. Surah Anfal. Oh God, it was a kashif al ghada, fleeing from the battle is prohibited, and its punishment. See? So Allah said, die to them. And they died. And then Allah brought them back to life. Surah, I saw something here. No, no. Uh, it's Surah Baqarah, I think. Surah Isra. Surah Baqarah or Surah Isra. Just give them death. What is this threatening to obliterate their faces? This is also terrible. Have you not considered those who left their homes in thousands for fear of death? Allah said to them, die. Left their homes in thousands? They left their homes in thousands for fear of death. Uh, not it is not in the battlefield. Said to them, die, then he revived them. Indeed, Allah is full of bounty to mankind, but most people left their homes. So anyways, one translation is like this of Surah. It's in Surah Baqarah 243. And even this is this kind of punishment. What good? You're not reforming the person. It's as if Allah wants many people to go to hell, get confused, and what the word He has given. That's why He hasn't even guided the soul, nafs. Surah Sajda, ayat 13. It's like this Allah wants you to get confused and taste the evil of each other. And uh, He is spreading violence. So have you not considered those who left their homes in many thousands, leaving their homes, not the battlefield, fearing death? They left their homes, maybe an earthquake is coming or someone was attacking their homes. Allah said to them, die, then He restored them to life. And Allah is the possessor of bounty for the people, but most of the people do not show gratitude. Maybe this was when Hashr took place by the Muslim believers against the Jew hypocrites or whatever you call them, Surah Hashr ayats. The poor people who were, Allah puts terror into hearts. Is this good? Just because they opposed Allah and the Messenger, Allah puts terror in their hearts. Allah is the terrorizer. And this is not good. So, saving anyone from the hellfire, your own children, Shias, by killing them, by giving them death penalty because they're apostates now, they've left Islam or they have doubts. Even doubts in Islam is haram. And you can give, there's a punishment, right? Fine or something. My God, you have to give a fine. And kafara. So what if there's a good, there's something peaceful, consistency, and you can save yourselves by leaving a lie. And we're not saying we're not threatening you, but why live a life that is this? So if your daughter or some family member, you cannot, so the female you confine and punish until she accepts Islam, coming back to Islam. Is this violence justified? Because you're saving her from the hellfire. No, it is not. It is not justifiable. An imminent, like someone's trying to uh, jump off the balcony or height to, you know, attempt suicide. They're using violence, like pulling him back, like the police going and, talking to him, and then by force, getting him, grabbing him, and pulling him back. That violence is justifiable. That force, whatever you use, is justifiable. Violence when you are being raped or someone wants to rape you and you want to protect yourself and there's no one, you can't call the police. Their violence is justifiable against your perpetrator, rapist, defending your life, imminent danger. That violence is justifiable. See, here in Surah Fusilat, what the Americans would do when they said, whoever did 9/11, we're going after them. So you see, here now, on one hand, Allah says in Surah Fusilat, the disbelievers say, show us. Say, show us. We will show us who? Who led us astray or whatever. We will put them under our, we will crush them. Right? Whatever it is. A long time I haven't come to this Surah Fusilat ayat. The disbelievers then cry, right? This disbelievers are violent. Allah says here, look how violent they are. Those who disbelieved will say, our Lord, show us those who misled us of the jinn and men, so we may put them under our feet, that they will be among the lowest. Trample upon them, degraded. Like, whatever you say is metaphorical. We will not allow, like America said, George Bush, right? The president and the two axes of evil will crush them. Like they went after them, killing them, getting Osama bin Laden, like, shooting, bombing his home. Maybe his children are inside, but never mind. Like that. So see what this kind of violence used. Allah says the disbelievers do this, but look at what the believers do. Believers, by the we are your believers, say, what do they say? We are your protectors in this life. Accommodation. Believers, who have and who is better in speech than the one who invites to Allah and does righteousness? Or invites to Allah, I didn't know. When I was in London, I did, like, okay, in a better way, not like show them, trample them, that, kill them. We'll be harsh on them, stern on the disbelievers, merciful to the believers. No, here Allah says, who is better in speech than one who invites to Allah and does righteousness and says, indeed, I'm of the Muslims? Invite to Allah? Why do you have to invite to Allah? So you have this dawah. The others can't invite you to something better than this when finding this is false and being in this religion. So, like Moses was brought up in Pharaoh, protected. So, like this, whoever the divine divinity was, made me born in a Shia family, and then growing up, I realized this is a false religion, and running away from the Muslims who want to kill me to protect myself and to so that I can help them. I'm helping you, and you're saying I will kill you, and not equal are the I will kill you, and not equal are the good and the bad. Repel evil by that which is better, a good deed. This is what I thought. And I thought inviting to Allah with a good in a good way, not by threats and all this, right? You're not allowed. We're not allowed to do this. So I was just concentrating on these verses until what I found in other verses about being stern with the disbelievers, but none is granted it except. So Allah is comparing, you see, even though after some ayahs, the disbelievers say, show us who misled us, we will trample them under our feet, so they'll be the lowest. And then Allah takes that, gives you the believers to do the same kind of thing, use violence against apostates, against disbelievers. These believers are stern. Violence is not good. On one, and I thought this, I joined this ayat, like, that, oh, mujhe mara, main isko nahi chhodungi, I will not leave this person. I will take revenge. But if you forgive, there's another ayat, if you forgive, it's better. Yes, you can say, I need justice, right? A rapist of mine, let's say, suppose, God forbid, if I got raped in real life, I say, I would like justice, punishment. So coercing, forcing yourself on someone, all this using violence against someone, it should be Jiddu Krishnamurti, from Jiddu Krishnamurti in year 2000, reading his books, I learned even righteous anger is wrong. He shows us sitting with someone having dialogue, apostate should be killed, or UAE puts them in jail and fines them, right? No, that's not right. The wives were set free. Allah said, I will set you free. Tell them that Prophet told whatever the way. Oh my God, so much. And what kind of, where is your, if I say something, okay, so my mind, in some things I'm zero. Like my maths is terrible. Don't ask me now, right? I couldn't even do what David Wood did for the inheritance. Allah's math problem. Allah cannot do maths. I couldn't. Even though I've done law from London, so I'm zero in that inheritance. Veena is going to say, what happened to you during, so my maths is terrible. So one should not use violence, not even anger, righteous anger. See what Jiddu Krishnamurti says about. And if you can see this, that even righteous anger, look at it, for what it is. Is it right or is it wrong? It is for you to see. If you can see, if you have that, whether we have that cognizance or or that seeing, proper seeing, Krishna Murti, and that consistency in us in seeing, is there righteous anger ever? So as far as I'm concerned, there's no, he says there's no righteous anger. Sorry, is there righteous anger ever? Whereas the moment you become aware that you are angry, the anger is no longer you. So I was thinking that righteous anger, so this is how he starts. Oh God, one of the most common expressions of violence, anger. So is there righteous anger ever? Or is there only anger? The moment you protect your family, your country, a bit of colored rag called a flag, a belief, an idea, a dogma, that very protection indicates anger. Oh, so can you look at anger without any explanation or justification, without saying, I must protect my goods, or I was right to be angry, or how stupid of me to be angry. Can you look at anger as if it were something by itself? What is anger? It is very difficult to look at anger dispassionately because it is a part of me. But that is what I'm trying to do. Here I am, violent human being, a violent human being, whether I'm black, brown, white, or purple. I'm not concerned with whether I have inherited this violence or whether society has produced it in me. So, what is anger in itself? All I'm concerned with is whether it is at all possible to be free from it, to be free from violence. Means everything to me. It is destroying me and destroying the world. I feel responsible. It isn't just a lot of words. And I say to myself, I can do something only if I'm beyond anger myself, beyond violence, beyond nationality. But to be beyond violence, I cannot suppress it. I cannot deny it. I have to look at it. I have to study it. To how to study it? Which mind, from which fragment of the mind? I must become very intimate with it. And I cannot become intimate with it if I condemn it or justify it. Excerpted from Freedom from the Known by Jiddu J. Krishnamurti. So he says, look at it. I think even righteous anger is violence, right? It's violence. So, okay, I better be. Uh, Sorry, I got it. So, what is this? Is righteous anger good? I say I'm righteously angry. One of the most common expressions of violence is anger. When my wife or sister is attacked, I say I'm righteously angry. When my country is attacked, my ideas, my principles, my way of life, I'm righteously angry. So when we are talking about anger, which is a part of violence, do we look at anger in terms of righteousness and unrighteous anger? According to our own inclinations and environmental drive, or do we see only anger? Is there righteous anger ever? Or is there only anger? Like I want to protect my principle. Oh, anger. So, yeah, I could say, yeah, it's justified, this anger. It is right. And this is violence too, right? So I have to see this. I haven't yet seen it properly. So through how to study it also, I had to see through what? Will I study it through the mind? Will the mind tell me? I haven't received an answer as yet. So only through Moji Baba and the pure awareness, this place, the witness, right? The one who's witnessing, is it angry? Only this cannot be, it doesn't need to get angry because it's not anger. There's no anger and there's no protection. The self which is everlasting, which doesn't need protection, is not doesn't get harmed by anyone. But you see, we get harmed. So it is only in our mind, in this way, can we get angry that something wrong has happened to us. But not in this pure awareness. But as Zahra, I will get angry, right? So it is in our the little self and the mind that tells us, seeing through the mind, oh, I'm hurt. Or physical, someone punched me, someone bullied me. Of course, in that me, the small me, will be hurt, will want protection. It will have to do something or maybe uh, get angry. Oh, you punched me. Why? Or respond first. So, again and again being punched, anger could come out, like, so, or maybe not me, but my principal, someone I love. Why are you hurting this person? Why are you punching this person? Why are you hitting this person? So, on the smaller scale, as me and us, but the pure awareness self, no. So, we've got to see this. If we study it, the mind comes in, doesn't it? To study it. And then this mind, we can't see that this is violence. So, how to see this? We can't see this through the fragmented mind, brain, mind, right? Where the mind comes from, fragmented. Now this guy, this Sharif Khan, saying, Shaitan is better than you. You know, Shaitan who worshipped Allah for 1,000 years, thousands of years, we don't know how many thousands of years, right? As Iblis, disobeyed one command of Allah and he was asked to leave, rejected, accursed, ejected from that high place. Ah, and who has messed up your mind? Your mind is messed up by saying that I am worse than Shaitan, right? No, I am better than Shaitan because I've used my mind. Shaitan fears Allah, right? Yes, but he still misleads. He knows what these disbelievers don't know. So knowing, having that evidence, and yet going against the command of Allah, but I'm saying this is not true. There's no, the evidence is against this in the Quran ayahs. And the person is saying I'm worse than Shaitan. Look at the indoctrination, like their mind, the reason, the logic stops. They're just mucking up. Like some Shia told me that, Yazid and his army were worse than Shaitan, right? How can you be worse than Shaitan? Or even an apostate being worse than Shaitan? Because it's Shaitan who. Oh, so here the Quran says that I call them and they. But I fear Allah. Then why does He call them when He fears Allah? Allah is contradicting Himself about Shaitan in the Quran ayats. When Allah tells you to fear Him, means fear Him and don't do it, right? So if Shaitan really feared Allah, he wouldn't be misleading and calling people to misguidance, to the hell, fire. So then Allah will say, did you not have a mind of your own? Or did you? But you see, so much contradiction. Shaitan says, I know what you do not know. So they don't know. They are not given evidence. Only ayats may be coming that they'll be put in the hellfire, and this is what does he know? And if he fears Allah, as he says, as Allah says in this ayat about him, and he says it himself, he doesn't say it. He can't say it. It's stupidity. It's absurdity. Right? Oh, so you're saying Shaitan is good, better than us apostates? Because at least Shaitan fears Allah. But Shaitan is misleading others by fearing Allah. I mean, see how your reasoning logic has been retarded in this indoctrination, brainwashing of belief and fear cast into you. Shaitan says, I fear Allah. How to put it? Sorry, I have to write it down sometimes. Quran ayats. And after they have done so, the judgment, I'll have still nothing to do with you. I truly fear Allah, the Lord of the world. Surah Ashuras. You're saying Shaitan is better than us apostates who have, through reason, through evidence from Quran ayats. We didn't have to go very far. I just had to take those Quran ayats which are in contradiction, and even then you can't see the contradiction because the way you are fed with illogical things and inconsistencies, and your exegetes giving the exegesis and reasons to you, you don't even see when you've departed from logic and the style of the Quran. You're blind to that. So there are blind spots in you brought to you by your own exegetes. Oh my God. The one who fears Allah, at least we don't say we fear Allah. So shouldn't you call him a munafiq? And call the president of UAE a munafiq and the king of Dubai a munafiq? Where's your logic? Even the Muslims don't have proper logic in their place then. Somewhere they've departed from logic, the style of the Quran and everything. In like a lot of it, they've departed from the style of the Quran, like Allama Tabatabai does. I'm free of you. I do fear Allah. So if he did fear Allah, he would have, right, not done this because he's also going to hell. Isn't he going to hell? The their parable is that of Satan when he says to them, Shaitan. Allah even mentions his name after when he fell, Iblis, he became Shaitan. When he became rejected and accursed, not obeying the command of Allah to bow to Adam. I mean, these people are coming after us to kill us. Can you imagine ex-Muslims? Right? Sorry if I'm using this way style. Oh my God. These people are going to rule the world, these the other poor people, humanity in trouble, logic in trouble, the poor human beings who will, the women who will be subjugated, or even when they work again, along with men, side by side, educated side by side, will be wearing hijab. A lot of it, when their men can discipline them by, but the women fearing should not discipline the men by, you know, hitting them, striking at them. And the men can go into women and muta and misyar and all this that the men can enjoy. The poor wife, one or two, or they're sitting at home, they can't travel, or or for some reason. In Sunni Islam, misyar, sex, travel, get another woman over there, going abroad. My goodness, sick. Moreover, as they wish, or when they wish, they can go to, or how they wish, they can go into their women when they wish, not how they wish. My God, so many things. So much is at stake. And some Muslims, most of you didn't even get this. Surah 9, Ayat 94. The Shias completely, by departing from the style, the exegetes, yet one like Aka Medipuya's narration on this. Actually, you're supposed to, the Muslim believers are supposed to kill the disbelievers, non-believers, whether they're even when they're not violent, right? After this verse. So please see Shias that those verses David Wood said abrogated. They cancelled, even though they're in the Quran. They cancelled. God. So see, some parts of your mind is still reasoning, intellect. What is it? Black. Oh, black spots or something. What are they called? You can't see. You do something to the logic. You depart from either the Quran style or logic or consistency, or to reconcile the contradictions and the absurdity, the way Allah has put Quran as. Now here you say Satan is better than apostates because he fears Allah. What? He didn't even give me an answer to this thing. I'm quit of you, verily of you. But he's already going. What use is his fear to Allah? Because he's an apostate already. He's a disobedient Iblis jinn. Whatever. For his disobedience, not even leaving Islam, for his disobedience to Allah, one command of Allah he denied. He didn't obey. He's going to hell anyways. What use is of his fear? And he's misleading and he's telling them, I'm better than you. At least I'm quit of you. Like this. I'm done with you people. You're free of you. You may be free of them, but you yourself, Shaitan, are going to hell. So what use is? What use is of this? I do fear Allah, the Lord of all the worlds. What use is his fear of Allah here? That is going to take him to hell. Oh my God. Do you know? Hello? Hello? Muslims. Sharif Khan. that Shaitan is going to hell. to hell, right? Or you don't know what the ayats imply from the very beginning when Iblis turned Shaitan. His name changed. The Quran clearly states that Iblis, Shaitan, and his followers are destined for hellfire, not even implied, explicit declaration. Surah Sad ayat 84 to 85. Allah declares that He will fill hell with Iblis and those who follow him, and Iblis is now Shaitan. And indeed, hell is the promised place for them all, Shaitan and its followers. So, how is Shaitan better than apostate ex Muslims? He was ordered out of paradise. At least we're saying that we don't have evidence. And no, we have at least, we don't have evidence that there is, what you might call it, hell, fire, right? We just have evidence that there is the sun, and the sun is scorching like hellfire. And we may go back to the sun, but are we going to burn in it, or are we like Allah says, oh, the new skin will come up and you will keep burning, burning, burning. Yeah, okay. And this hell, see, Allah doesn't show. Allah praises Shams. Shams that is full of burning hot fire. So, whether hell, this hell, okay, we'll go back to the sun. The sun doesn't ask, doesn't say to the earth, thank me because I'm, giving this light to you and it is life for you. And Iblis blames Allah for putting him in the wrong. So here, blasphemy by Iblis. And he knows he's on that high realm. He's seen what Allah showed Abraham, right? The realms, the power of his in other realms, in the world and above, beyond the world. Allah's powers. Allah showed Abraham. My God. And yet he says, he blames Allah. Isn't Iblis a blasphemer? Because you have put me in the wrong. He doesn't blame himself. He blames Allah. This is a belief who has evidence, right? That Allah exists. This Allah. He has evidence that heaven exists and hell exists. And he knows more than these disbelievers whom he's calling to mislead. He worshipped Allah as as a jinn, or right? He wasn't an angel. Some claim that he was, but the Quran claims he was a jinn. So he worshipped Allah. He knows everything. He's seen more than you believers anyone can see, except for maybe. And he existed before Abraham even existed, worshipping Allah. Yet he blames Allah. You put me in the wrong. I will make fair seeming to them on the earth and I will put them all in the wrong. And Allah doesn't stop him. Allah doesn't kill him. Allah just says, get out of here. Shaitan will confess his deception on the day of judgment. So many, his rebellion. Allah has given him life, right? But took him out of that high place to come here and mislead the human beings. We didn't even create evil. Where did our soul create evil? It is Allah who created Shaitan, Iblis, allowed him, gave him respite. Why should we be tested for this and misled, allowing Iblis to live on? He's the first blasphemer, a believer. Okay, you can't call him a believer anymore, apostate blasphemer. Okay, I better go now. Thank you. Oh God, I'm tired all the time, but keep coming here. I hope Saudi Arabia, UAE, both, all, with all, peace, unite, please, for humanity, doing good, please. And let me see your greatness, both Saudi Arabia and UAE. Unite. Thank you. I'd love to see that before I die. And I'm dying here. And I love waiting, anxious to see Saudi Arabia become friends again and UAE become Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Sorry, I'm like this. I can't talk properly, but trying. So I apologize. I'm not a good talker. I am not a good orator. I never try to give speeches, never did. Just, you know, don't know why, but this is, I'm not a good teacher. So thank you for bearing with me. I really appreciate you being here and helping and also seeing the greatness before I could become a good person. I'm struggling here. Uh, those who have shown me that there are good human beings like Madonna recently, okay, and our president UAE, and Baba Zayed, and I wish in that the Ayatollahs, Iran, but that was a shock that has been. So, those who have shown me, uh, even as Muslim believers, like His Highness, the sheikhs of UAE and Saudi Arabia, the king and crown prince, and the people of Saudi Arabia, and India, India, So, but the Muslim believers I'm talking about, who have been clement, who haven't used like a death penalty for us, apostates, who have shown us humanity in your peaceful and non-violent ways. Those Muslims also really appreciated, really appreciate. So, when there was a time Pope didn't like something about Madonna, a song or a video, and he objected or he didn't want to, something I heard, I'm not sure, even if I read, I don't know if that is true or false, but see, what she said now has made me insight. She's a good person, right? Shows that she has that feeling for humanity. So I would rather choose to be such a person like Madonna and care for human beings and the freedom like she has cared for Iranian and stood by the Iranian people and the women of Iran and their freedom. One can never know, at this, they say that we used to say in Shias that a disbeliever, I used to say to myself also, you don't know. Maybe your sister can become better than you and you become worse than her. And you are punishing her now for this or that, but you never know, Zahra. And we used to say we never know. A disbeliever can become a believer, or a better person. A criminal, we never know. But I mean, so Madonna is far from that. I mean, so whatever you have done in your life, the create. I mean, this is music, song. You can create songs, music that can heal the world, healing sounds, and you're in already in India, Hindu like sound, and of course everything has a negative, opposite thing. Negative pros and cons are there to everything. Even this creation, right? You can use the energy for bad things, and you can use the energy for good things. But this Islam is very dangerous, and it's not right. It's not justifiable. What I've seen from Surah, I mean, to kill the disbelievers and to put them in hell burning all the time, and they are criminals. They're called criminals. They could be good people doing beneficial things. Like they could be healers. They could be doing good for humanity, for one human being, even for their mother. But they'll be in hellfire because that's what this religion says. So this is not right. Okay, thank you very much. Really have to go.